Okay, today we're looking at what I've called US is not in the Bible, or basically that the United States, which is a superpower, is actually not mentioned in scriptures. But we start with a song. In His time, in His time, He makes all things beautiful in His time. Okay, let's look at some of the countries in the Bible. We have Saudi Arabia, found in 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 15. You have Armenia, which has just gone through war with Azerbaijan. That's found in Isaiah 37, verse 38. You have Turkey, which is mentioned in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 8. For we will not, brethren, be ignorant of our troubles, which came to us in Asia, that we were pressed out of measure, above strength, in so much that we despaired even of life. This is Paul writing to the Corinthians. Of course, you have Syria that went through a lot of battles in the Old Testament with Israel. And sometimes the tensions you can still see is still there. Then you have Babylon, and of course, the very popular and colorful Nebuchadnezzar. Then India is also mentioned. You find that in Esther chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, that he reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 107 and 20 provinces. So of course you can see Africa was already making, his presence felt, talking about Ethiopia. And of course, don't forget the Queen of Sheba, also representing Africa in the Bible. And of course you have Sudan. You find that in Isaiah 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, which you already mentioned, and from Egypt, which is also in the Bible, of course, the Red Sea and the crossing and the slavery in Egypt, and from Patrios and from Cush, which is the African representative in scripture. So the US is actually not mentioned, even though it's a superpower. But that doesn't mean that the US is not prominent in God's plan. In fact, the US sent out more missionaries than any other country that I'm aware of, and they defend Christian principles. In fact, recently the US designated Nigeria as a country that does not allow freedom of worship as it's supposed to be. And you see a lot of prominent ministers, having their base as the US. So that your country is mentioned in the scripture doesn't mean that you need to rest on your laurels. Because clearly, if you look at 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 30, for those who honor me, I will honor, and those who despise me shall be lightly esteemed. So the best thing to do is to be in the forefront of the gospel, not necessarily looking at what it is that is recorded about us in scripture, but be in the forefront of the gospel, be part of God's plan if you want to be in reckoning in what God is going to do going forward.